Nice. So if I come back here and try to test, yes, it's success. Nice. I will apply and they will save. Nice. So what is the next step? The next step now is to create a job. So to create a job. So when I am showing you these labs, I'm sure I make sure that you have already familiar with Jenkins, Ansible, and Docker. Okay, that is why I don't explain much things, right? Because I think that you already know this stuff. So I will create a new job, new item. Then we call it React Jenkins Ansible freestyle project. Then okay, we'll create the job. So I will go with Git, right? Try to copy and paste our Git repository, right? And if I try to do this, show me a problem. You know why? Because I don't have Git installed on my Jenkins server. So I have to make sure that my Git is installed on Jenkins server. So if I can go and come back here and try to type Git, it will not work. So I have to install it. So to install it, we have to type this command install git --yes. Means that I accept install this software on my server. Right, nice. So if now I try to change something here, I have to restart or to refresh my web page. Go to git here, paste here the git. Nice. Now there is no error shown here, and we have to, this is the branch to build is the master branch. You can change the branch, it depends on you, on your team. Then we will have to add the build triggers. For our build triggers, we will use the bolt CCM, and for the scheduler, it's like a cron in Linux. I will explain what that means. So this means minutes and hours, day of month, and this is the year, and this is the month in the year. So for our Jenkins, that every time we'll check our GitHub repository and see whether if any change has happened or not. If any change has happened, another build will trigger and test, then Jenkins will deploy that, right? So, and for the build environment, we'll use provide node and npm bin folder to bet. This is the same name that we have created when we wanted to create the node, when we installed the node.js plugin, right? Then for the build, I have to choose execute shell. I have to execute shell. So what is the shell that we will execute? We'll execute two shells: npm install, then npm run build, right? Another thing is for the post build. We will come back to this later, but let me go only with this one and check what's going to happen here. So I will apply and then I will save. All right, good. So now if I come back to my Jenkins server and try to go to the var lib Jenkins workspace, right? Var lib and cd workspace. Then we will find the the job that we have created. If we get in this directory and check what's going on here, cd_ls. As you can see here, that by default our Jenkins our Jenkins project, as you can see, it is running here. Our Jenkins projects try to retrieve our GitHub repository, right? If we go here to this job and see what's going on, so as you can see, it's run the git, it fetch the project, then run the npm install, then after that it run the npm run build, this one that we have mentioned in the build action when we type in the script, in the shell script, npm install npm run build, right? If we come back here, as you right here, there is no build here, right, at the first time when we get in. But if we try now to get to see what's going here, that there is another folder created, is build. Good, that is nice. So what is the next step? The next step is we will try to copy this folder from here, from the Jenkins server to our Ansible server. Then we will try to make build and create a Docker file and create a Docker image, Docker container, and run all this stuff. Then we will create a Docker Ansible playbooks. Then we will execute that Docker container on this Docker, right, from this Ansible server. So what is the next step? The next step I will try is to create a directory here, and we will call it, make a directory called React Jenkins Ansible, right? And if I go here to this directory and try to configure, to modify the configuration, or we keep it as we want, as we created at the first time, but we will modify and add something. We will add the post build action. This is the deployment stage. So for the deployment stage, we'll use send build artifacts over SSH. In our case, what is our artifacts? Our artifacts is the build folder that contains all our files that we will run in the production, right? So we'll choose the send build artifact over an SSH. Let me go down here. This is the server that we have configured at the first time. All right, this is the server. This is the name of this server, of the Ansible server. Nice. So for the source files, the source file where? The source file in this directory, right? In this directory, in Jenkins, in the Jenkins this page, in the var lib Jenkins workspace, the name of our job. This is what source file that we want it here to be copied and pasted in our remote server. In our case, we want to this folder, right, with all the files within it, right? So we have to specify this here. So build, right? Remove prefix. We don't want to remove this one. We will want to keep it. And for the remote directory, I want this directory, right? I want the build. I want